All right. Our next speaker who's joining us is the Director of Mindfulness Education at MARC. She brings together the balancing that Dr. Bilder spoke of with the experience of Buddhism, being in the temple, what it means to bring people together in practice. And we're going to do a bit of an experiential practice together. I believe we are ready. I just want to make sure we're working on our cooling mechanisms so that we can make you as comfortable as possible today. Fantastic. Diana, are you in the room? Fantastic. Please welcome Diana Winston.
So the sound is okay? Now it is. Oh, so I said also welcoming Michael Perricone, who will be co-leading the meditation with me in a little bit. So you'll be meditating in a moment in case you just got stressed out by the sound. So I'm the Director of Mindfulness Education at UCLA in the medical school at the Semmel Institute, same with Dr. Bilder. We have a center there that teaches mindfulness meditation for the general public. We do a lot within the university, but also lots of classes that are open to people throughout the community. And our goal is to foster the tools and practices of mindfulness. And mindfulness is the art of paying attention to our present moment experiences with openness and curiosity and a willingness to be with what is. And I'll go into that a little more, but I want to say as I was listening to the presentation and I was looking at the different categories that were up there, I was thinking that the research behind mindfulness meditation shows that it is connected to improvements in working memory and also in inhibition. And so I was thinking about how having a meditative practice, I'm just curious, how many people here meditate? Raise your hand. A lot of you. Right, so and raise your hand if you see a direct link between your meditation practice and your own creativity. Yeah, so it's very obvious. I don't need to spell it out. But as we meditate and as we become more and more connected to ourselves, it's accessing a deeper place. It's behind that inhibition, that place where we need some inhibition. Our first thought, which is the Wizard of Oz thought, and into the deeper places of our own creativity, our own deeper sense of being. And mindfulness and other meditations, and keep in mind there are many, many kinds of meditations. Mindfulness is one that can lead us to a place where we can have more flexible thinking, more lack of stress. And I think the absence of stress can deeply impact our ability to be creative. As I said, it impacts working memory, it impacts impulse control, and there's a lot of science that's being done around mindfulness meditation. What we're inviting people to do is to come into the present moment, and just show up for our lives. Most of the time, we're not really showing up. Have you noticed this? Our minds are towards the past, towards the future. We're all over the place. If you were to check into your mind at any point in the day, you might notice that it is thinking about something that happened in the past, replaying it, going over it, thinking, oh, I did that wrong, why did I do that, ruminating. Or it's in the future, going into what's coming up, what we're planning, what we're obsessing, thinking about the future. And in both of these places that our mind goes, stress tends to lie. Our bodies get impacted through the stress of our mind, through these worried thoughts, through these ruminations, and we stop being in the present moment. It's very hard to be in the present moment, especially because of a culture that we live in where everything is about taking us out of our inner experience. And so mindfulness is a tool that helps us come back internally to check into what's happening inside our bodies and mind and just show up. They did an interesting research study last year where they looked at, they had about 2,000 people all around the world who were beeped on their smartphone at intervals, random intervals during the day. And they asked them 3 questions. The first question is, what are you doing? Second question was, is your mind on it? And the third question was, how do you feel? And what they found was the people who reported that their mind were on whatever task they were doing reported more happiness than if they were thinking about something else. And that's even if they were doing something they didn't like. And even if they were doing something, they were thinking about things that they thought would provide pleasure, they were less happy than if they just had their mind right here, right now, showing up for life. It's like we live on automatic pilot, and many of you are artists, and you know how to not do that, but so many people in the culture do that. They're just automatic pilot. Have you ever just gotten in your car, got out of your car, and had no idea what happened in between? Yeah, all the time, right? It's like we're lost and disconnected, and it's very rare that we come into ourselves. And states of creativity, states of flow, that accesses this for us. And so mindfulness and other meditations can teach us ways of training our mind to be in the present moment, to be connected, not lost in the stress of the past and the future, but right here, right now. And so we're now going to give you a taste of meditation. This is a wide open kind of mindfulness, and we're doing something a little bit different because we're here in the dome. And usually when Michael and I teach this, when we lead this, we do it with the people that have their eyes closed. But today we're going to do something new. You're going to have the opportunity to meditate with your eyes open, if you wish. If it starts to feel a little overwhelming or too much, you can close your eyes. But there will be some beautiful art by Joanne Warfield, which will be above us, as we do the Tibetan singing bowls, and as I lead you in the guided meditation. And these bowls are over 500 years old. And you'll be hearing, they all have very interesting tones. And Michael, I'm sure we'll talk to you about it later on if you're interested in that. But we'll be leading you in a meditation to help you come into the present moment, connect with yourself, and hopefully it will also set you up for the whole day in all that we're doing today. Okay? So I invite you to relax and settle back in your chair. And it might be helpful to start with eyes closed if that's comfortable to you, just to take a few moments to connect with yourself, your body and mind. You could take a few deep breaths. And as you take each breath, let yourself relax as much as possible in this moment. And you might notice the gentle flow of your breathing moving through your body, the rising and falling of your abdomen or chest. The in and out sensations at the nostrils. Just let your attention come to rest on your breathing. And as we do this meditation, your breath is something you can always return to. It's always in the present moment, right here. And we can listen to the sounds of the singing bowls. Let that enter into our consciousness. There's also other sounds, so let all of the sounds be here, the full array of humanity. It's just, there's noise and there's vents and there's all sorts of things going on, but just listen and let your mind relax and be present. It's easy to naturally be mindful when we listen. And let the bowls transport you. And breathe. Relax and soften your mind. Rest this weary mind. Our minds will wander off thinking about all sorts of things. See if you can come back to the sound of the bowls or to the feel of your breath in your body. Whenever you wish, you can open your eyes, or you can keep them closed. It's up to you. And take in the images and the sounds and the breath. Our minds are like the sky. Our minds are vast and open, spacious like the sky. All of the thoughts we have, they're just like clouds passing by, crossing the sky-like nature of our mind. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Present, awake. Opening to this natural state of being. Not lost in past. Not lost in future. But right here, right now. Thoughts come and go, and they dissolve like bubbles, popping or floating away down a stream. Or like writing on the water, dissolving. Returning to your natural state of being, at home, at peace, connected to yourself, nothing to prove, no one to be, just here and now. Mind wide open like the sky. Thoughts like clouds floating by. Sounds, images, thoughts, sensations. Crossing the sky-like nature of your mind. You're undisturbed. Find that place in you that's undisturbed, no matter what comes in front of it. no matter what obscures. Nothing to hold on to. If you find yourself getting spaced out or lost, just come back to your body, come back to your breath. The sense of being human right here, right now. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just be. Sounds passing by, images passing by, mind wide open, at peace. Come into your body right now. Let yourself feel your body on the chair as we bring the meditation to a close. Feeling the weight of your body on the chair. Noticing whatever sense of ease or well-being is present. And letting whatever you're experiencing be here. Really let it be here. And the next bell that sounds will signal the end of the meditation. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for meditating. And thank you, Michael. Such a treat to do this with you. And I actually cannot stay, but I'll be out there at the end right now. And then there's information about our center and all the classes and events. And we're at the Hammer Museum every I am there every Thursday, 12:30. Michael, every few months. Thanks.